Hi there, welcome to Mindset Mastery Module 13. So excited to bring you this video because it's really about instilling powerful habits that are going to help you crush your goals. And I've done this personally and I can vouch for this. This 100% works. Now, at this point in our Mindset Mastery journey, we're closer to the end than we were at the start, and we've come through so much powerful content. And I hope that you have developed a healthier relationship with yourself, but you've also understood, your self-limiting beliefs, your self-limiting behavior, and then some of the self-limiting habits that have stemmed from the back of that. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to unlearn the hardwired internal beliefs about ourselves, but then what we're trying to do is we're trying to reprogram powerful habits that are going to help us achieve our goals and our wildest dreams. And that's what cultivating high performance habits is all about. Now, there's a few things that very successful people do every day, and it's a massive key contributor to why they are successful. And it's not the be all and end all, but it will really help get you going in the right direction. However, there is a silent killer when it comes to achieving success, and that is the core issue of that in modern day society, people are addicted to the feeling of just being busy. It's a feeling of achievement and success attached to that. So many people are stuck on that hamster wheel, running as fast as they possibly can, doing the busy work, not necessarily doing the big scary work, the things that are going to make impact. Now, the busy work are things that are not important and don't really need to be done right now, yet the large majority of people in terms of the work that they do is busy work. Now, the issue with busy work is that just like that hamster, you're spinning your wheels and you're not actually making an impact or an improvement towards your goals. Now, this is not just in your personal goals. This can be your workplace habits. It can also be, your routine when it comes to being at home. There's lots of different ways that we fill time up to feel busy and feel successful, when in reality, what we're actually doing is we're procrastinating and putting off the things that we should be doing, and we know the things that we should be doing, and we're also multitasking. Now, multitasking is another massive thing that holds people back from achieving great things, because what we're actually doing is we're switching our cognitive focus from one task to another. Now, focus is the ability to stay on one task through to completion. Now, often that can be very difficult, but that's where we get real impact, because we develop flow when we stay on one task and keep doing the things, keep having the little breakthroughs, keep working the problem, finding the solution. Eventually, we're going to get there so much faster than if we switch, come back. Now, why do people switch and come back? Well, it's because of the monkey brain. Now, as we've spoken about, the monkey brain is looking for that stimulus. It's looking for that significance, that gratification, that validation. When we're switching tasks, we're getting those little wins, we're chalking up those little wins, but they're meaningless. Now, wise people, seasoned people in business and high performers when it comes to their own personal health goals, they do the things that are required to be done to get the results. They're outcome focused, right? Now, we can refer to this as grind. It's the grind, it's the hustle. It's doing the things that you don't necessarily feel like doing, but you know that they're going to help you get the results. As my most favorite mentor of all time said, Jim Rohn, do not major in minor things. He speaks of the big rocks in life and the little rocks. Your big rocks are your career, building amazing relationships, educating yourself and pursuing your goals, all the things that make you a better person. And where we connect that is in our neocortex, our wise brain. But our little rocks, they're all the things that sabotage our progress from wanting to become our best self. These are the things like binge watching Netflix and playing PlayStation or Xbox when you know you should probably be studying and improving yourself. Whatever those are, Jim made such a great point of, do not major in minor things. Focus your attention and your energy on the things that matter. Because here's the thing, it's finite. We don't have infinite energy. We can't just spend it needlessly in areas that aren't going to get us results. So the number one high performance habit that is going to change your life radically is routine. Now, routine creates structure and a framework for human beings to be our very best. Now, when we do not have structure, we are just all over the place. We don't actually have the impact that we want. The thing with routine is, what we're doing is we're creating a high performance routine that helps us win. Now, through winning, we're getting closer to our goals day by day by day, and eventually we achieve the place that we want to get to, right? The other thing is that when we're in that state of winning and feeling good, it's confident. There's no doubt there. There's 100% total belief, because what you're doing is you're executing the process. And as you would know, when we focus on the process, the result just happens organically. So for me, routine is the backbone of my life. Now, if I look back at the most successful periods of my life, it's when I had the strongest routine. Now, how do we create routine? Well, it's about creating sequential habits that flow on from one another. So it's repeatable habits that we do day in, day out. Now, we have a routine for many things. Think about the way you drive your car to work, the way you brush your teeth at night. There's different ways that we create routine, but normally the routine that we have right now is not the one that's optimal to get the best out of ourselves and live our best life. So routine creates habit. Now, habits form and habits create discipline as a byproduct of that, but most importantly, consistency. Now, here's the thing. So many people try and focus on being disciplined without routine. It's almost impossible to do this, right? Because eventually our monkey brain is going to take over and derail us. But when we focus on having routine, something that we actually develop, and after a period of time, we don't even have to think about it. It's just autonomous. It becomes what we do. Those habits are so deeply rooted in our life that discipline becomes somewhat organic. Now, wouldn't that be awesome? You just train because it's just something you do. You just eat healthy because it's just something you do. You go to bed early, you get up early because it's just something that you do. It doesn't have to be something that you have to try to do. It can be something that you just do. This is why routine is so important. Now, when we have discipline and consistency, that sets us up to get results and success. Now, the thing with results and success, when do we feel most motivated? Yeah, when we've achieved some results and success and we see progress. That's the most motivating thing. So here's the thing. Motivation isn't going to be here at the start. When you're at the start of the foot of the mountain and you're about to look up and go on this journey, there's a bit of excitement about, maybe this could happen and this could change and this could be really exciting. But then once you're on that climb, man, that's not fun. Because you're changing all of the habits and all the things within yourself, right? It's not motivating. What we have to understand is that the motivation comes from the progress. Now, you don't have to be at the summit of your mountain to feel what that feels like. That winning feeling every day, that can happen after just a few days or a week or a month of just following a routine, developing some healthy habits, creating some discipline, consistency, and seeing a bit of change. That's really motivating, and that's going to inspire you to do it even more. So when it comes to routine, the anchor of our routine is our schedule. This is part of the first high performance habit, because routine, it runs to our schedule. Now, we have to understand our life and the requirements of our life, and then we have to create a schedule that suits our lifestyle to get done the most important priorities. We can't be obviously doing everything at once. Only the important things go into our schedule. Now, namely, what kind of anchors our whole schedule from the day, and we're speaking from the moment you get up to the moment you go to sleep. Now, we're speaking from the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep in the evening. That's your full schedule. Everything should be blocked out into chunks of time that you use effectively and efficiently to achieve your goals. Now, the morning routine sets us up to have a productive and impactful day. while the evening routine allows us to unwind, recharge, reflect, and then have a restful night's sleep so we can do it all again tomorrow. You may have heard a famous quote, "If you win the morning, you win the day." And I've found that this is so true for me, because when I execute my morning routine, I go and have an amazing day. Now, my typical morning routine starts with me waking up, and then I do 5 minutes of breath work right away to expand my lungs, get my lungs working efficiently. I then jump into a cold shower for a couple of minutes to completely shock my nervous system, and that just helps me to feel charged and get ready. I then go into my office and I write down my goals and my intentions for the day. Now, the night before, I've already written down my schedule for the day, so I already know what my schedule is. I reflect that schedule so I know exactly what's to come for the day, but also I can just retrain my mind on my targets for that day. Like I said, we're not trying to create, success in one day. We're just trying to move the needle each day a little bit more. Then I go and move my body for 5 or 10 minutes. Now, this is normally a yoga or a mobility or stretching flow that just gets my body feeling good. And then I go and have my digestive flush shake. That's my morning routine. When I execute that, I have amazing days. Now, when I don't execute that, my days, they lack that same impact that they could have when I'm actually doing it. So I learnt a long time ago that it's just simply too costly not to actually execute my morning routine. So now I always make sure from Monday to Saturday, I'm doing that every day. Sunday, I allow myself to have a little sleep in and recharge and reflect on that day. Now, when it comes to the evening, what I'm trying to do is disconnect. Now, often with social media and devices these days, they're all around us. That keeps our brain so wired up. And for me as a PT, this can make it very difficult to go to sleep. So for me, I reflect on my day after dinner. I do a bit of journaling and I write down my gratitudes and my affirmations for the day. And then I grab my book and I leave my phone in my office. This is key. I've got an alarm clock in my room, which actually helps me get up the next morning. So that way I'm not in my bedroom on my phone, because if I'm on my phone, my brain is continually getting stimulated. So then I read my book for about 15 to 30 minutes, and I also lay on my Shakti mat. Now, my Shakti mat is an acupressure mat which creates a full body sensory experience. It's like a massage mat, and that just helps me completely relax, and then I'll basically drift off to sleep, make sure I jump off the Shakti mat, and I have a great night's sleep always when I'm doing this. Now, I have routines for lots of different things in my life. Now, I also have an additional work routine in the morning and the afternoon to get the most out of my work time, where I'm completely non-distracted. And this is also where I disconnect myself from my phone. But what you want to think of is that your schedule blocks out the time, but you want to create systems within your time slots throughout your day that you can repeat, because systems don't fail. What happens is it's the failure to actually execute the systems. So what you want to do is you want to create a morning and an evening routine that suits your lifestyle and helps you get the most out of yourself. Now, the thing with this is that you can change it. Like, you can just try it, see how you feel. If you like it, keep doing it. If you don't, change it up, find something that works. Now, as part of our routine, flowing into the habits that we want to create, these are the other 4 really high performance habits that most successful people do and incorporate to help them achieve their goals. Number 1, we want to plan our food daily, ahead of time. You should be organized. You should never be going into a day without knowing what you're eating that day. You should have a very good idea, and if possible, an exact idea of what you are eating, because that reduces decisions. When we have to make food decisions on top of what we're already doing with our work commitments, our family commitments, etc., that creates this extra stress and also extra mental fatigue. And then when that happens, of course, that's where we will go and buy some food, often not the best for us, and also we snack throughout the day, snack in the afternoons, snack in the evenings. So plan your food out, that's so important. Number 2, train your body every day. Don't just do it, once or twice or 3 times a week. Train every day and create a mixture of cardio or weights. Your body is designed to move every day, and in modern day society, we move less than we ever have because we are all in such sedentary jobs, and we can also get information at the touch of our fingertips. So movement is really important. Number 3, write your goals down daily. This is really, really important because what it does is it develops awareness on what your higher goals are. So often we can get caught up in the doing of the life and we forget what's important and why we're doing all this hard stuff, while we're grinding, while we're hustling. Well, it's because we're trying to change, we're trying to improve, we're trying to get to a place that's going to be even better than we are right now. And the thing is that goal setting is not just about the long term, it's about the short term. Set yourself goals for the day, win the day. Set yourself goals for the week, win that week. The more days and weeks you win, the closer you're going to get to your goals. And finally, meditation and journaling. So important because it's all about creating peacefulness and calm in your life. Now, meditation can be done in various forms. It doesn't have to be always sitting down, completely relaxed and focusing on your breathing. It could be in the form of a sport or playing an instrument, or even just reading a book. They're all forms of meditation. What it's about creating calm in the mind where we're not thinking about all of the things going on in our life right now. Now, journaling is another way to extract all of those thoughts. As we've spoken about with journaling, when thoughts are left unchecked and they're bouncing around in our mind chaotically, this allows us to extract them out. So journaling is something that I've used at different periods in my life, especially if I'm highly stressed, to just bring the stress out. Because once you bring those thoughts out into paper, we can look at them from a different perspective and see, okay, it's not that bad. Like naturally we find solutions to that. So that's why we do meditation and journaling. It's about keeping your mind peaceful and calm. So in this module, there's quite a bit of additional tasks for you to do. But don't worry, it's exciting because it's all about helping you be your best. So firstly, what we want to do is we want to create our morning and our evening routine. Those are the anchor points for how we start the day and how we finish the day. And then what I want you to do is I want you to create your current schedule, your ideal schedule right now, factoring in your work commitments, your family commitments, and of course, your training and your nutritional commitments. Block all that out. Then what I want you to do is I want you to create your dream life schedule. Now, whether that be 5 years or 10 years down the track, and you've achieved some of your personal goals within business or family or your health or your financial goals, and you're living in this free place, you're living the life that you've always wanted. How does that life look like for you? How do you wake up and start the day? How do you finish the day? How do you devote your time accordingly in your dream life? So often, people will never actually spend time thinking about that lifestyle because they're so caught up in this lifestyle. So block some time out to really get clear on how would you just love to do your days, because it's super exciting and it will build some desire and passion in you to want to go and achieve your goals and do the hard things that are required to get there. And finally, we're going to look at the way that you currently multitask. Now, if you don't multitask, I'm very proud of you, well done. But if you do, it's just simply too costly to keep in your life, and it's something that you need to work on. Now, often, if we're a multitasker in one area, it can be in multiple areas. So what we're going to create is a give up list. Things are a list of behaviors of things that you don't need to do, especially when you're trying to work on the things that are important. What we're talking about here is we don't want to mix the little rocks with the big rocks. When we're working on big rocks, that's non-distracted time. That's where we're fired up, we're completely present, we're focused in the moment, we're getting the most out of that time. Don't let these little self-limiting behaviors come in and derail or sabotage that. So identify what those things are for you, and that's going to hold you in good stead to get more out of the time that you're actually It's going to help you get more out of the time that you're allocating towards your goals. The more focused time you get working towards your goals, whatever the goals may be, the quicker you are going to get there. So right now, I want you to start these tasks. I want you to spend some time right now creating these routines, this schedule, and your give up list so you can start to really build some momentum towards your goals. Don't delay, strike while the iron is hot because your future is waiting for you. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.